And I understand there is something going on in the Pacific Ocean right now. So that's what that's all about. And we know everything is holy now. It's just, it's a miracle just to be alive. And thank you, Peter Mayer, for putting that into words. And thank you, Faith Rivera, for putting that into beautiful song. And we are fortunate to have such beautiful people on the planet. Okay. All right. Well, if you've been here in person or online, then you know that this whole year we are focusing on the power that is you. The divine self that lives in you. That weightless, holy self that you carry with you at all times. Even while you're walking around in this world as a human self. The mystical poet Rumi said, "You are the soul of the universe, and your name is love." We're not trying to find ways to fix the human self to make it better. We're focusing on the practice of connecting with our divine self and allowing the power of that self to take care of everything in our earth life with ease and peaceful flow. We have always been as we are now, a powerful being birthed by love itself, and one with all that is good and holy and true. Nothing can change that. No physical experience that has taken place or that may take place in our life as we live in this world can take that away from us. It is the divine truth of who we are, and divine truth is true forever. A Course in Miracles tells us you are a child of God, a priceless part of His kingdom, which He created as part of Him. Nothing else exists, and only this is real. Our purpose is to live the reality of the love that we are, so that our awareness that only love is real expands within us until the whole universe we see is filled with love. It's an awesome purpose for existing, but we have to be willing to do what it takes to allow love to take the lead in our life. Khalil Gibran said, when you love, you should not say, God is in my heart, but rather, I am in the heart of God. We're created to create a beautiful life of love we enjoy living in a world we enjoy living and loving in. And we have all that we need to do it. In fact, Abraham Hicks tells us that the entire universe is conspiring to give us everything we want. The whole universe is behind us. The whole universe wants us to have everything that we want. And nothing can stop the good times from rolling but us. We are the only one that can let our mind drive us crazy with thoughts we'd rather not think And we're the only one that can quiet our mind of resistant thoughts of judgment and unworthiness. It's up to us to think about and talk about what we want to experience within us and around us as our life, and to know that we are worthy to have every beautiful experience that we desire. We live and move and have our being in the heart of God. We don't have to wait for this world to change and become visibly different and more to our liking before we feel good living in it. We can start feeling the good that is within us, that's already there in the universal conspiracy of love that is in the heart of God. And allow that good into our earth life by conspiring with the universe to bring it about. Now, today's talk, Don't Criticize, Utilize, came about because I like rhymes. Well, besides that, if we want to experience a love-filled, joy-filled life this year and in the years to come, it's important for us to realize we can't see what we want to see or experience what we want to experience in the world by criticizing it for not being what we want it to be already. Criticism is a conversation in our mind and with others about the absence of what we want. It reveals the world as we see it, and our focus on people and situations we don't like. Criticism can be such a habit of thought that we focus on it wherever we are, and it's easy to find something to criticize wherever we are if that's what we're looking for. It's easy to find it on the news and in social media if that's where we're focused. I mean, they're full of criticism and shaming and blaming that's offered as worthy of our attention. Who's doing something wrong, and will they get what they deserve for doing it? As if any of us knows what another human being deserves. If we want to be happy and free, our divine responsibility is to live in positivity and to look for the good in ourselves and others and praise it. The spiritual teacher Osho said life in itself is an empty canvas. It becomes whatsoever you paint on it. You can paint misery. You can paint bliss. This freedom is your glory. If we want to enjoy our life and experience what we want to experience, it's essential for us to stop focusing on the appearance of things we don't like. It's crucial for us to stop criticizing one another so that our mind is free to paint the life that we want to experience. We may believe that criticism and complaining is a way to call attention to the things in the world that need fixing. Otherwise, aren't we ignoring things? But Abraham Hicks reminds us, you did not come here to fix a broken world. The world is not broken. You came here to live a wonderful life. And if you can learn to relax a little and let it all in, you will begin to see the universe present you with all that you have asked for. Here at LEC, We're all about living a wonderful life. We're all about joining in the universal conspiracy of love and allowing the universe to do its holy thing without criticism or interference from our mind. This world is full of contrast for a reason. I mean, we can complain about it and we can criticize it, or we can use the appearance of what we don't want and what we don't like as an opportunity to get clear about what we do want and what we do like and how we want to express ourselves in this world and what we want to see in this world. And then focus our attention on that, on being it and seeing it wherever we are. We join the universal conspiracy of love by focusing our mind on thoughts that are vibrational and vibrationally vibrant. Thoughts that are uplifting, thoughts that are filled with love, thoughts that are kind-hearted, thoughts that are compassionate and forgiving, thoughts that are complementary to the forms and expressions in this world rather than critical. Now, as most of us know, actress Betty White made her transition this past New Year's Eve, just before her 100th birthday. And did you know she was a member of the Unity Church? I didn't know that till I was reading about her. And many of us observed, it was easy to observe that she certainly seemed to live a life of joy and loving unity with this world, with humans and animals alike. In addition to being a wonderful actress and comedian, she was an animal advocate and she was a human rights advocate, and she supported both through positive words and positive action. Not long before she passed, she shared that her secret to longevity was staying active and optimistic. She said, enjoy life. Accentuate the positive, not the negative. It sounds so trite, but a lot of people will pick out something to complain about rather than say, hey, that was great. It's not hard to find great stuff if you look. If you look is the key phrase. Nothing good is being hidden from us, but we have to be looking for it, first within ourselves and then around us if we want to see it. When we focus on people and conditions and situations that are negative, we're not able to see the great stuff. And then we complain that it's not there. No matter what our past has been, no matter what our physical or emotional challenges may be in this moment, we are free to choose what we will paint on the canvas of our life next. And this freedom is our glory if we choose to use it. When we make a decision to live in harmony with the spiritual, vibrational, invisible, universal energy in which we live and within which all things begin before they manifest in this physical world, we don't look around us to see if we should be happy. We don't look around to see what everybody else is painting and criticize something we don't like. We look within ourselves for the spiritual brushes of happiness and love and peace and well-being, and we use them to paint on the canvas of our life and paint the life that we want to live. Our choice to be happy draws happiness to us in the physical forms and expressions of people and experiences that we call our life. Appreciation for our life creates a life we appreciate. Loving each day brings loving encounters into our life each day. Happiness is healing. Happy is healed. If the world seems like a mess of confusion for us, we can clear up that mess by clearing our mind of the clutter of critical thoughts that cause conflict and disturbance in us and around us. Because our energy feeds the energy of conflict and confusion and disturbance in the world. When we clear up our own mess, then the good times will roll with ease and with clarity and with love and well-being from our heart to our mind and from inside of us to everything around us. When we realize that the energy of love that creates worlds created us, and that the whole universe supports our purpose in this world, we find that we wake up every morning happy. We know who we are and we identify with the nature of love that we are. Rather than looking for the same old problems that are going on in the world, we look to see the world with fresh eyes. We must claim our divinity and live our spirituality if we want to feel the love within us that unites us with all that lives in this world, with the animals, with people. We are one life together. And that love that unites us brings us together in beautiful, harmonious ways. That's the truth. It's the divine truth. And nothing about that truth has changed just because this world looks temporarily different. The late rabbi and Jewish leader Abraham Joshua Heschel wrote these words that describe beautifully how to live as a deliberate spiritual being in this world. He wrote, "Our goal should be to live life in radical amazement. To get up in the morning and look at the world in a way that takes nothing for granted. Everything is phenomenal. Everything is incredible. Never treat life casually. To be spiritual is to be amazed." If our only spiritual practice was to be radically amazed, if our only intention was to go through our day in appreciation and gratitude that we have a day to live in, or as our song would have said this morning, it's a miracle that anything is here at all for us to observe, for us to interact with, that we are here and life is here. If we simply practice spiritual awe, the world for us would become awesome. It would transform before our very eyes. And we would see the world as it's created to be. I mean, to live in amazement and awe is like eating spiritual carrots. Our divine eyesight would increase so that we could see beyond and within to that light that is behind and within every living being. We could see farther and deeper than the surface of things. So we need to ask ourselves, are we ready to live the truth that's true in us by using every bit of this world of contrast as an opportunity to become more spiritually aware, as an opportunity to experience our oneness, which allows us to live in a world as we see it of light, that the Bible tells us in which there is no darkness at all. I mean, this world of duality, this world of contrast is an opportunity for greater divinity and greater spirituality, but we've got to use it for that. We can if we want to, no matter what we see, and no matter what that first thought that comes to us might be. To choose again. To choose a good feeling thought. To choose positive words when we speak. To choose uplifting conversations to join in. And to offer actions of kindness to each other. When we have greater spiritual visibility, we can see that everything in this world is phenomenal. Everything in this world is incredible. And when the world we see becomes truly amazing, we take nothing, not a day, not a moment, for granted. Namaste. All right. Well, this is the time of our service when we get to say thank you. Thank you to everyone here for being here. Thank you to everyone there for being where you are and staying with us. Thank you for your love, your support, for joining together as a spiritual community, even if you're out of state. It's a beautiful thing to come together and know that we're one life. It's a beautiful thing to join together in a conspiracy of love that will, as we let it, transform our world as we see it. And so thank you for your financial support that allows us to continue to give this message every week on Sundays through our classes. You're wonderful. And if you don't know how to financially support LEC, then we love to have the person who knows best how to do that tell you all about it. So here's our treasurer, Dr. Jamie Phillips.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You could have said, "What's up, Doc?" with that carrot, spiritual carrot line.
I wasn't thinking about you at the time.
I'm always thinking about me. So, okay. Ways that you can give to LEC if you're in the sanctuary, we're going to be passing an offertory plate. But if you're at home, you can give on Facebook at facebook.com/Life Enrichment Center. It's where we host these live streams. You can go to PayPal, and our email address on PayPal is lec2512@gmail.com. And you can give to us there. You can go to our website, lecflint.com, hit the contribute button there. You can always send a check the old-fashioned way. We love those. And you can send that to 2512 South Dye Road, Flint, Michigan, 48532. And I'm going to ask the offertory receiver to come forward. Martha, right on. Okay, and while we do that, we're going to be playing a song, Gratitude by Nemo Patel and Daniel Namad, and then stay tuned for